Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Gray Man Prepping. It's Survival Saturday with the doctors, and tonight's topic is emergency heat and the effects of winter cold on the body. And here we are.
Happy Saturday, everybody.
Yeah.
I've had an exciting Saturday.
Oh, do tell.
And it has to do with this topic, too. I went into Sam's Club early this morning because my daughter wanted to borrow my truck to make a trip to the dump, before noon. And they had the Mr. Heater Big Buddy for $150 with the 8-foot hose on it. And so I grabbed two.
Okay. And
One reason is
how does it function? Off of propane or?
Yeah. Well, basically, let me show you the regular Buddy. There is the regular Buddy. It has just one ceramic plate in the middle there, and then it has, if I get my finger to move right, the hose going down the propane tank. You can just barely, there we go, barely see over there. And so, but the Big Buddy has two of those ceramic things. It really jumped on me here. There we go. It has two. Come on, correct me. Okay, there we go. It has two of those ceramic things, and you got the low setting, then you got the medium setting, and then you got the high setting. And I'm still doing the reading on it. I didn't want to bring it in because I just opened it up out in the shop. And I'm starting to read it and all the instructions out there. And I got two. One is to go across the street if the power goes out, and because the power's out, the furnace won't work. No electric igniter, no blower, no nothing. So I care more about the grandkids than I do, my son-in-law. And we're not going to say we're not going to say what the staff sergeant calls him.
But I have a new son-in-law as of October, and I love the guy. He's fantastic. So
yeah, this guy has been classified by several people on here as a narcissist.
Oh,
yes.
Oh,
he's not watching tonight, is he?
Oh.
No, he's at work.
I know.
He's at work, and he doesn't watch the replays. All right. But the other thing is I've used some of my Amazon award points, and I picked something else up here.
Oh, do tell.
It just came today.
Oh.
A 30-pound tank. Two of them.
Wow. Okay.
Because normally they're like 15 now, right?
So I got one for each of the Big Buddies.
That's lovely.
Yeah, because normally initially they were like 20, and now they're 15.
Is the standard for the barbecues and stuff.
Yeah, and I think now they're 15. Frankly,
are they? I'm not sure. Yeah. I think mine are 20.
Yeah, they have this. They have it in. They have it from the. I took them all out here. The little green ones. The little camp stove ones. That's a 1 pound. They have 1 pound, 5 pound, 10 pound, 15 pound, 20, 30, 40, 60, and 100.
Wow.
I do have 100. I picked it up. It was on sale for $113 or something like that.
How heavy
last
is
year.
That?
Huh?
How heavy is that?
Well, put it this way: when I go to fill it up, I got to take either my daughter or son-in-law with me down to the gas station where they got the propane fill on it. Because once it's filled, that's 100. That's 100 pounds of propane plus the tank. So we got to pick it up and put it in the back of the truck. It's going to take two of us.
Yeah.
Once I get it here, then I just use my tractor and put the strap on, pick it on it, walk it in, set it down where I want it.
Yeah, that's crazy. I have several of the 20 gallons back in my Is it gallon or pounds?
Pounds.
All right.
Yeah.
Basically,
pounds? Okay.
It's 5 gallons / 20 pound.
Okay. All right. So I have the ones that you put on your grill, but I don't use them for my grill. I use them for canning. I would fire up my turkey roaster propane thing and put my big pot on there and use it for water bath canning. But I have a few of them full back there, so they're just waiting. They're waiting for prep.
Yeah. Okay, I'm an idiot. I got to go back and do something here real quick here. All right, first one in was Hugo Homestead. Hey, CB! She was in here at 9:20 this morning. Then Idaho Garden Girl came in. Troop 1351 came in.
Yeah, I came in pretty early today, too.
Yeah. Well, these are the only comments I could see on here. Here's a funny one. Here's a funny one. This is a funny one. Listening on my phone and ignoring my husband's friends.
That's great.
Let's see. Rebel Canners is in here, and they're talking back. Kaylin Strain is in the house. Garden State Gardeners is here. We'll be in and out Ubering. Brenda at Duncan 1900 Homestead is here. Chipper 66 is here. Another funny one. I'll be the guy lurking in the back of the room.
He's like this.
Let's see. Susan Galley is here. And let's see what we got. Granny Karen is in the house. Laura Larson's here. Lori J, Queen of the North, is here, which means, and there it is. She's in on her second channel as well, Prairie Rider. Oh, I feel more like prairie today. Okay, Uncle Al's in the house. Tide Bullfrog 79. And everybody's
How's Uncle Al feeling?
I'm not sure. He hasn't put. He's puts out usually several videos a day. I only saw 2. It also could have been. Well, I was outside and his shorts got bumped. So
that sounds like a personal problem.
Oh.
Hey! Oh, look at that! Thank you! Woohoo!
All right, everybody, give her
Prairie Rider. She gets a golf clap on that one.
No, we got something better. We're going to give her an emoji salute. And there it is. There's my emoji salute. Anybody, all channel members, go ahead and give her an emoji salute for that. And let's see here. Seabass is in the house. And
that's awesome.
Emoji
that's
salutes.
Super awesome.
All right.
So all I'm seeing is a bunch of gobbledygooks.
All right. What you'll see on StreamYard, you'll see like GMP, GMP WL, GMP SHTF. Yep. Well, GMP Gray Man Prepping is the prepping guy with the big fedora on and stuff. And the next one is the Desert Gray Man Prepping. And I got a bunch of all the different ones on it. I got the impact going off on the Earth for the asteroid hit it.
I see. Okay, I just pulled it up actually on YouTube versus in our little chat there. Now I see them.
Yeah, those are awesome too. Yeah, they are. And when I get a few more subscribers, I got a couple more already designed, laid out, ready to load up. But I got to have so many. Not subscribers, so many channel members before I can add each one in. And
so you created those yourself for your channel?
Yeah, I designed those.
I want to do that.
And let's see here. Canadian Life's in the house, and I'm caught up here. All right, let's go back over here to the slideshow for a minute, and then we're okay. So. We're going to be talking about the effects of winter cold on the body here in a minute. But in prepping for winter cold temperatures, 2 things to consider. One is power outages. Because when the power goes out, your furnace ain't going to work. It ain't going to be blowing air around. Now, if you're like my grandmother, who unfortunately has passed away, she would have been 124 this year. Her furnace could operate without the fan going on it. It was one of those little wall ones, that you add on. People were adding on back in the 70s and stuff. It has an outside vent and mounted above it to blow. But if the power wasn't working, it would still produce heat because it was a gas pilot light, not a electronic ignition. I missed those things. Those things were great. It's be like your water heater. It stays on all the time a little bit, but so power outages can really screw with your heating of your house unless you have some backup heat. Hypothermia is the other thing where the cold weather can screw with you real bad. And Ron and I were talking about this beforehand. If it's snowing, Grammy Karen just became a new member.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Hey, Bill, welcome in.
Hey, Bill.
And so what I've seen this happen several times, especially when I was back in Pennsylvania. People would be snowing, and it's it's below freezing a little bit, and it's snowing and everything, and so everybody puts on their down jackets and their cardigan sweaters on underneath, and they layer all the other stuff, and they're going out, and then the weather warms up just a little bit, and that snow turns to rain. The down jackets don't stop the rain. That's not a raincoat. And all of a sudden, it's just they're getting, and then I've seen it come down, just come down, and these poor people are soaked to the bone. And then after about a half an hour, some are still trudging around, they're cold and doing things. All of a sudden, the temperature just nosedives back down into the 20s. And you see all these people just start going like this as they're walking. I say, come, get your butts inside, get that wet crap off, and warm up. Hey, Sandy, how's it going? Hey, Kathy B. And so that's one of the things, like in wintertime, a few degrees fluctuation in temperature, you can go from, it's nice snow, let's go play in the snow, to, crap, it's raining like cats and dogs on us and we're freezing our butts off. Pardon my language. But, hey, Prepper 101. Oh, yeah, Lori, like Texas 2 summers ago when they had the snow apocalypse down there in Texas.
That was bad.
Yeah, my sister and my cousin were down there, and my nephew, my cousin's son, and a couple of my nieces and nephews were down there too, and they'd all moved down there. And hey, Kimberly, and it just, they were, only one house remained with power. That was my youngest nephew, because he was living right across the street from the hospital, and they were on that grid.
Oh, yeah, on that grid. Yep.
So they had power. And my sister had followed my advice and bought generators, and got she had a dual fuel one that had gasoline and propane. And she had a big couple of these 30-pound propane tanks, and hooked multiple of them together like you would for a travel trailer, and turned the generator on and had it down on idle, so it was producing just enough to keep the refrigerator and the freezer frozen, keep those two cold. And she would head over to the house, every several hours or so, just to check on things. And take stuff and transport stuff back to her son's house. She was staying with him. So those are two of the things. But let's go here. So unless you're lucky enough to have one of these beautiful things in your house and a good supply of wood to go with it, you need to worry about it. Up until last year, when I bought the house in 2021, all I had to heat the house with was the wood burning stove, because I didn't dare turn on that juice sucking electrical furnace. So I had, 6 cords of firewood, and I survived, every winter. But firewood started getting expensive, and gas is cheap. So, but so right now my wood burning stove is one of my backups. I got about a cord of wood that I've cut down around here that I'm have to back up with, and then I have my propane heaters, of course. And of course,
what about generators, Gil?
Huh?
What about generators?
I have
the natural gas doesn't get cut off.
Yeah, I have a tri-fuel Furman generator that you can see that Costco carries all the time on sale, the blue one. And so it runs gasoline, propane, and natural gas. And I can hook up and go with that one. But that's a whole nother thing people got to understand. When you have a generator like that running, you don't run that sucker constant. Unless you get one of the big heavy duty ones, it's not made to be run constant. It's made to run for a couple hours and turn off. And
yeah, I had one that was pretty heavy duty, but you had to basically you could run it for 54 hours, but then you had to drop the oil and basically change everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a whole house generator, and it runs for days. It's
well, that's that's a natural gas one, right?
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Frankly.
Yeah. Does it have what the is it a Generac?
Yeah, it's a Generac. Yeah, it's an 11
kW.
So
most of the Generacs have the big oil reservoir on them.
Right.
Just to just for that thing.
I think the longest it's run is almost 2 weeks, maybe 10 days.
Yeah.
And I mean, it went, and they came out and serviced it afterwards, but I mean, it was fine. It ran like a champ the whole time. So I'm super grateful to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to have one of the generators from when I used to work for Mountain Cascade. Caterpillar engine. The generator stands at 6 foot tall, 8 foot long, and 4 foot wide. Has a 450 gallon fuel tank on it, diesel fuel tank. And it has the fuel filter on it is this tall, that big around, and it has 2 of them, and it has a water separator. And we do that thing would run for 30 days, and then we do a service on it.
Yeah, it's amazing. I didn't realize I had power outage anxiety until I got my generator. And I was fortunate enough to get it in September of 2019. Mm-hmm. And actually, ironically enough, I got my whole house generator in September 2019. I had to get a new refrigerator, and I had to get a new freezer for my garage because I get a big chest freezer. And then, of course, COVID, and then all that stuff, tripled in price if you could get it at all.
Yeah.
So but then once I got my generator, I realized, I was like, oh my God, I did not realize the anxiety that I was getting around storms and the potential loss of power until I had it. And then I was like, oh no, I'm good. You're like, it's an anxiety that you're not even aware that's there.
It's a subconscious anxiety, and you carry that anxiety in your muscles, in your bones, in your joints. Everything is just plus what's up here in between your ears. And
as a kid, I grew up downriver, and the city I grew up in had its own power company, and so we very rarely ever lost power for any kind of significant amount of time. But then I moved to Lake Orion, and there I actually called it no Powerville when I moved there. I'm not even joking. It could be like a beautiful day in June, 70 degrees, light breeze, power gone. So now when I see the lights flicker, it does kind of give me anxiety. Yeah. Kind of funny how that happens. I was never used to it.
Yeah. Because you don't even realize, I mean, I think now about the thousands of dollars. Like, people are like, I can't afford that. And I'm like, how much money have you lost in food? Period.
Yeah.
And I have always had a giant treat freezer. I usually say I have a giant chest freezer. But I'm bump. But I'm bump. Anyway, and I had a giant chest freezer before it was cool to have a giant chest freezer. Right. So I mean, I've had a giant freezer for 20 since I've lived in this house, 22 years. So then all of a sudden we get into a pandemic and people are like, I gotta stock up on food. I'm like, I've been stocking up on food for 22, 23 years. So it was interesting. I'd have been really upset if that freezer died and I couldn't get another one, if it had gone into COVID.
What's interesting is when it comes to chest freezers.
Giant chests?
No,
freezers.
Small chests.
Oh, I have a small chest freezer too.
The I got one in the kitchen. I got one in the shop. I got one across the street.
Cut it out.
My daughter has two freezers over there as well. My wife has a bigger one.
Your wife has a bigger chest.
But I don't know because actually she's got two. She's got an upright and a chest freezer.
Her chest is upright?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But both the freezers I have up here are the 7 cubic foot ones from Sam's Club. And I got them before the Red Dragon reared its ugly head. And when they would go on sale at ridiculously low prices, because all of a sudden you walk into Sam's and here's about 40 chest freezers and the price is like $50 off. And it's like, okay, time to get another one. Because, right now they're about 3/4 full. But I like to try to keep them half full with food and the other half full of bottles of water. That way, if one dies, I pull all the water out of the good one and all the water out of the bad one, take the food out of the bad one, put it in the good one, and I'm set.
Perfect. Yep.
Yeah. And so across the street, the freezers over there are about half full. My daughter was about ready to was pack it all in one. I go, no. Your milk jugs, fill them full of water. They got that expansion bubble on it. Put them in there. Let it freeze up solid. Keeps it so that it's not having to recycle all that time. So it makes it cheaper to run. And that way, if one dies, then you just pull that out, move the stuff around so you don't lose any food. And plus, if you have all that ice in there, it's gonna act like an ice chest and give you several days before everything starts really defrosting.
Yeah, a gallon of water that's frozen. How long does that take to even melt? It's got to be like in an environment like a closed chest freezer. It must be like a week before it goes bad, right?
Well, I got some of the ice chests to go out to ball games and stuff, the big ones and stuff. We took them to scout camp. We had the loose ice in there, the bags of ice in there, and after a week of scout camp, we dumped out a bunch of ice.
There you go.
Yeah. So let's go back over here for a second. Now, this is not the one my neighbor built, but across the street built, but he's building some wood burning ones, and this is on oil burning, and he's building an oil burning one as well. So all the used motor oil and stuff, he can use it to heat his shops over there. Of course, there's the Buddy, and there's the Big Buddy. Interesting thing on the Big Buddy is this hump here off on the right side here. You see that little protrusion hump off on the side. That's a door where you put one of the 1 pound bottles in. There's one on the other side as well. And you can also hook the 20 or 30 gallon propane tanks up to it. And then the one side has a special high flow nozzle, so you can hook up bigger tanks to it. Because basically, to run, you got to have something on both sides to run both of the ceramic grids there, unless you have that high volume one hooked up. But it also has a fan in it that you can, if you're not in a power outage, you're just heating your garage up a little bit or whatever, you can plug it in, it blows the hot air around. And it has a compartment for 4 or 6. I just noticed it before I came in here. D-size batteries, so you can run the blower on batteries, like if you're going camping. So
you know what? When I was a younger man, I used to ice fish with my friends, and we'd have a 4-man shanty, and we would have a 20-pound propane tank, and then we had a heater that just like screwed right into the propane thing, but it didn't have a blower on it.
Basically, it was round and had the grid on it. Yeah, the original. Yes. That was the original Mr. Heater.
Yeah. And this is like a million years ago, before the dinosaurs.
I still got mine.
Do you? Because it worked really well. I mean, we would sit and ice fish all day. We would actually have to turn it off because it started to get too warm.
Yeah, I think that's the last picture. Yeah, that's the last picture. Now, what's interesting is let me go ahead and just drop that down, get out of the way so I can do other stuff here. There is some adapters for the 20-pound ones for some other type of heaters. Right, that up here. Boom, boom, boom. And I just thought about pulling this up. Mr. Heater, Little Buddy. Yes, here we go. So you got the big buddy, the buddy, and the little buddies. The little buddies that you screw on top of a 1 pound propane bottle. However, I found out something neat. And so I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to watch this. I go in here, go here. Come on. Come on. Give it to me. There we go. Go down here to heat. Heater. Okay. Oh, so here's the 100-pound tank. It's on sale for 150 right now. But this is what I wanted to show you. Yeah, so it's $150 for a 100-pound tank. The 30-pound one is $70. So for the price of getting 2 of these, you can buy one of these big ones if you got the muscle to move it around. And it gives you 40 more gallons. 40 more pounds of propane. This little jewel here is neat. So you, instead of that stovetop, you could put that mini buddy on there. And
look, it's got
that's pretty cool.
Outlets too. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and you got 2 other outlets. So if you're like, oh wow, I can hook the heater up to it, the grill up to it, and cool. the little. Oh,
I like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is a new one. This is put out by the same company that the Flame King that does the tanks I bought here, the new tanks. Hey Howie, Howie's in the house. Yeah, exactly.
Howie's in the house.
You can warm your hand over the cooktop stove as well. And so this thing here is $35, but this one's built better. This thing here is built better than a lot of the ones I've seen.
Yeah, that looks really good.
And here's the other thing. If you want to just look for something, here we go, right there. Coleman propane trees. Where is it? Come on, show. There we go. You got the propane trees for it. Where you have multiple fittings on it. We had some at Scout Camp that had 4 fittings on it. So you put your lantern on the top because it was really tall, and then you hook up your other stoves and stuff to it. But there's a lot of neat things out there you can do for heater wise. But yeah, there's and when I bought years ago, you guys don't know about this unless you've gone back and watched my old videos. Curtis, my neighbor across the street, his brother-in-law had a pig farm across the highway and out a little bit, and he was getting out of the business, moving back into Idaho Falls, getting a little bit, getting where he goes, all right, I'm old enough, I don't need to have this, I'm getting rid of it. And I went out and bought all his cow panels from there, 5 foot tall, 16 feet long, and I bought those and all the T-posts and stuff. And he goes, oh, you want this other stuff too? And he gave me 2 propane shop heaters. It's sit on the ground and
yeah, wow.
Because he didn't want them, no one else wanted them, and so I said sure. I took those. So it's T-H-A. If I can learn to spell. There we go. Yeah. These bad boys. And one of them looks pretty much like this one here. And the other one is a Mr. Heater. Is an actual Mr. Heater, 125,000 BTU. But it also goes to a tank in a day.
Wow. When I was a younger man, I used to love winter. I would ice fish, I would snowshoe, toboggan, the whole 9 yards. And then as I got older, I became kind of ambiguous to it. It's like, it only lasts 3-4 months. And now I pretty much hate it. But I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube about these guys that are like doing hot tent camping in the winter. And it looks really fun if you have a heater like that. I would do that.
I was kind of hoping that Gunslinger would come into the chat here. Gunslinger Outdoors. He reviews a lot of tents, other gear, and all the stuff for it. And he's the one that first recommended to me to put. Let me see if I can do it here. The little fan on top of there. That fan goes on top of your wood burning stove. Well, he's the first one that told me to say, hey, put that on your Mr. Heater. And what they do is they take a little die grinder and they made a notch in the back on it, so it just clip on there. Well, the thing is, those fans have a safety on them. It's a piece of metal on the bottom that lowers down and tips it away from the stovetop, so it doesn't overheat. Well, if it's right above it, it's getting all that heat. And so I got little pieces of aluminum plate put on there, and it set it on top of that, so it'll lift off of that. And I've actually seen it lift up just a little bit and start to slow down because it's getting too hot and overheating. But Gunslinger does all sorts of winter camping, snow camping, rain camping, and stuff like that. I'm gonna go, dude. My back hurts too much when I get out in the cold to do that anymore.
Yeah.
As a kid, actually, when I got married 35 years ago, we used to go snow camping to go hunt deer.
Yeah. I actually, when I was, again, a younger man in high school, when we would camp, we would like camp. We would carry everything in that we needed, our tent, our food, our water, and then we would go someplace. I don't know if Paula remembers it or not. It was called Fletcher's Floodwater. I don't think it's around anymore. It was kind of like a forest that had been cut down and basically just filled up with water. It was full of pike, perch, and we would go up there and we would camp for like 2 or 3 days, and we would just basically eat the fish that we caught. So yeah, I've done this before, and again, that was in the summer, but yeah.
Where was that at, Ron?
It was called Fletcher's Floodwater.
But where is it?
It was like mid-northern Michigan.
Okay.
I don't even really remember where it was at. I don't even think it's there anymore. I think they drained it and it just became some kind of a subdivision or a trailer park or something like that. I don't even really
Yeah, I've
know.
never heard of that.
Yeah, Fletcher's Floodwaters.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was fantastic. We would stay 2-3 days. And, we brought like cans of soup and stuff like that in case we didn't catch any fish. But, the bottom line is we always caught fish. It was just like
Fletcher's Floodwater, also known as Fletcher's Pond in Michigan.
Yeah. Is it still there?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Here. There
How
we
fun
go.
is that?
Yeah.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah.
Covers 9,000 acres.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That was a good time. We used to camp out there for 2-3 days.
Wow. Pan out. I
Maybe-
want to see what part of the state that's in, Gil. Is that like? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, okay. Up at. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, there we go. That's
Yeah.
it. Yep.
Does
Yeah.
everybody see the mitten? Does everyone know about Michigan geography, how it's shaped like a mitten? So when you ask someone from Michigan where they're from, they'll hold their hand up and they'll point. So the thumb is always east.
Yeah, there's
So
the
we're
thumb
from
right
the
there.
Detroit area, right there. There you go. Yeah. So Fletcher's is going to be right up here somewhere. Yeah.
I'm sorry. When I'm looking at it here, I turn my head just a little bit. I'm like, wait a minute. That looks like a turtle. You got the lower jaw of the turtle's head here. It goes back into the
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've never thought of it that way before, but yeah, it does look like that.
Yeah.
Now I just
You
screwed
could go like
everybody
this,
up in
where are you
Michigan by
from in
calling it a turtle.
But it's a mitten, so we can go like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and Graham and Karen, as the Asable River is absolutely gorgeous anywhere along the Asable. They have this race every year. I had a patient of mine that did it's the 24-hour Asable River race, canoe race. And these guys canoe race for 24 hours. And it is a trip to see. You can go and it's on YouTube. They film the race. And I mean, they are literally like this for 24 hours.
Oh man.
And I said, what do you do when you have to pee? He goes, oh, we just pee. Like they just like pee their pants. The whole, like that's it. They try not
as
to
time
eat.
goes on, the canoe gets like lower.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's intense. It is
taking on
really,
bilge.
really intense. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's crazy. The Asable River canoe race. I was like, there's canoe races? This is nuts. Yeah. He's like, yeah,
Michigan,
at the end of it, you cry because you're so exhausted.
Pound for pound, Michigan's got a lot of attractions. It's really got a lot of things to do here. Canoeing, whitewater rafting, certain places. Camping is fantastic here. If you want to ever go up and get like really camping, then you go up to Isle Royale, where there's like moose and wolves. You're on your own. It's hard to get to because of that reason. But
Yeah,
it's
you have
worth
to
it.
take a boat.
Yeah.
And you have to be completely self-sufficient if you go.
Yeah. There's
Isle
like
Royale.
there's
Yeah.
nothing there.
It's just north. So it's just north of the Mitten on a little island in Lake Superior.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, yeah. See, we know what we're talking about.
The closest I've been to Michigan was Youngstown,
Where is that at?
Ohio.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, I thought it was Ohio.
And I'm like, what?
I snuck into Youngstown across the border, but I was up by let me zoom in there. Beaver Falls, New Brighton. I was stationed in New Brighton, but which is all right. So there's Pittsburgh, there's New Brighton, East Palestine. We stuck up there and then just did a little quick tour. But that's there's Cleveland. So there's Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's,
super close.
that's the closest I've been there.
Yeah. I guess that's closer than Idaho.
Just a little bit.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
hang on. I'm zooming out just to make sure.
Big fan of Boise.
Okay, hang on. Michigan. Okay, wait. I'm just looking at cities. Okay, yeah. So I was in Dickinson, North Dakota, but that's still farther away.
We're identifying ourselves here.
There, right there.
Right there. You're just slightly. Yeah, I'm here. You're here.
Yeah. Okay.
hang on. So this is Idaho. I'm right over here. Idaho's pointing up at Canada. Idaho is Canada's proctologist.
Wait, Idaho? Oh, sorry. I couldn't resist that.
Oh, but
I've told the joke here many times. There are 3 potatoes on the corner. Which one's the prostitute?
Idaho?
The one that says Idaho.
Oh.
I'll tell you, the only joke that I really know that I really like, and it's not really a joke, it's just a statement. And I heard it from Henny Youngman on a YouTube video. He's like, so I was standing on a street corner. Late in the night walks up to me and says, I'll do anything for $50. And I said, fine, paint my house.
Right, yeah.
I love that joke. It's just so meaningful in so many ways.
It is, yeah.
You really think about it. You know,
where's your value? I would rather have a house.
Yeah.
I'm going to go south really on this one. This is what this joke was told to me by one of the mechanics at Mountain Cascade, and mechanics can make Navy sailors blush. And this guy goes, "Hey, did you hear about the boy that found a 50-cent piece?" I go, "No." He goes, "Yeah, by the time he got the money, she raised the price to $1."
Wah, wah, wah.
I'm not going to comment on that one. Yeah, it took me a second.
I know. I liked Idaho better.
Oh, you guys are killing me.
Thanks, Uncle Al, for reminding everybody. All questions in caps. Please hit the like button. And if you're lurking, just say, "Hey, I'm lurking," and then go back to lurking. And what I miss here? Okay, and back. Okay, so one of the things that I mentioned to Ron, I think I may have mentioned it to you, a couple of weeks ago or so, Paula. I'm going to go into a little bit more. I used to love playing in snow. When I lived in my junior and senior in high school, was on the north rim of the Grand Canyon.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Little town called Fredonia.
Oh my gosh, that had to be beautiful.
On March 31st, 1975, it was 70 degrees out, nice and clear. Snows had been gone for a week or so. The next morning, my dad got out of bed early. The phone rang. Got out of bed early, mumbling and cussing. Why is he so mad? It was almost time for school anyway. So I got up and he goes, "You guys are gonna have to milk the cows. I gotta go." And so we open the door to go milk the cows, and there's 3 friggin' feet of snow on the ground overnight. April 1st.
Oh my gosh.
Mother Nature said, "April Fools," and we're like, "Oh man." But yeah, you walk to school in the snow and stuff, but we used to play in the snow all the time up until I got my first, it was the first time I got a back injury when I got rear-ended in a car.
Fredonia, wasn't it in the Marx Brothers movie?
Yeah, they mentioned it there too, but this is the totally different.
It was like duck soup or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But
it was like a whole different thing though. It was a Marx Brothers movie. Okay.
Yes. So I stopped for a red light, and this lady, who's the branch manager of a bank that's no longer around, ran into me after I'd been stopped for about 5 seconds. She goes, "I thought you were going to go through the red light, and I was going to follow you through." And I was like, "It was way red before I got there, and I don't run red lights. And you were 5 seconds behind me. You would have had a head-on collision with somebody."
Oh my gosh.
But that was my first back injury. And after my second back injury, it got really bad that I can't take the cold. It's like if I get out of the shower and it's not 70 degrees in that room, the muscles in my back all go tighten up. And if I'm drying off and I'm twisted just a little bit and they tighten up, help. Yeah. Fortunately, Ralph Dumichel taught my wife what to do if that happens to me. So I can at least get in to see a chiropractor without being all walking like Marty Feldman from Young Frankenstein.
Yeah.
What hump?
Yeah.
Well played.
What? There it is. There we go.
Wait, wasn't the hump on the other side?
Igor.
Igor. Oh my God.
Yeah.
God, that
Well, if
movie
you
was
can be
so
Dr.
good.
Frankenstein, I can be
Yeah.
Igor.
Yeah.
Nice knockers. You could have that there.
No,
I love that
you
movie.
gotta get right. It's,
I mean,
wow.
it was just
What
like
knockers? Well,
okay.
thank
So
you.
okay. So here it is. I'm gonna do this, and then you guys respond. Okay, ready? Frau Blucher. Awesome. That's so great.
There's a real life joke that goes with that. My brother and I had been doing a haunted house called Spook Alley from the time I was 11, he was 9. All right, so we're both married, so at this point, I got married at 30. So this is about 34, maybe 33 years ago. Our haunted house is huge. We have like thousands of people come through it every year. A friend of ours has played Dr. Frankenstein for about 15 years. And my wife one time got probably, I think it was the second year, got dressed up and looked really, just nothing in particular, but kind of looked like Frau Blucher. And she walked in with a group into Frankenstein's laboratory behind the group and stuff. And Brent goes, Frau Blucher! And my nephew and my nephew were up in the control room right above there, controlling all the air things for the entire thing. And they both caught on at the same time, and they both went, and the entire group fell on the floor laughing.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and so for the rest of the night, you heard nothing but Frau Blucher.
That is such a classic. God, it's so good.
Roll in the hay.
Blazing Saddles.
Oh, that was great.
Did you know that the most popular funny line from Blazing Saddles was an ad lib?
No. Which line was it?
It's when
Afraid to ask.
right after Cleavon Little, as the sheriff, went out there, and everyone's he's telling everybody hi, and this one old lady goes, "Up yours, N-word."
Yeah.
He's back in the jail, like, and Gene Wilder's talking to him. You got to understand, these are simple folk. They're of the land, side of the earth. The land. Morons.
Yeah.
That was the ad lib line. He was trying to make. He was trying to make Cleavon Little bust up.
Yeah.
And he's going to, and then he just added that in there, and that was it.
I saw a behind-the-scenes documentary on that. And Richard Pryor was the guy that was working with Mel Brooks on the
and wrote most of the.
Yes.
Oh, he
and
did?
Mel Brooks actually told him a few times, it's like, we can't say that. And Richard Pryor was like,
yeah,
say it.
Yeah.
It's comedy. It was incredible.
Well, they figured out how to say a lot of things without saying it. which
Right.
made it even funnier, right?
Yeah.
Yes. The sheriff But all right, Colt, let's get back on topic here.
It, so.
A little bit. So
it hasn't been revoked.
How does people with knee problems, back problems affect how does the cold affect them that you've seen it with your clientele?
I didn't buy the whole when I was younger, just a couple years ago.
Back when you were 15?
Back when I was 15. I never bought into the weather and your aches and pains and all of that until I got a few more years on me. And then I was like, oh, that's a thing.
It really is a thing. And I think it relates to the dramatic fluctuations in barometric pressure.
Yeah.
I don't think it causes a problem, but I think if you have joints that are kind of inflamed to begin with, even minusculely, it makes it worse.
I would 100% agree with that. So I think it's definitely something to pay attention to, that if you're somebody who gets affected by the weather, then you definitely need to say, what do I need to do to decrease the inflammation in my body? And I had a patient one time who came in and she was just a sinus mess, right? And I said, man, I said, what's going on? And she goes, it's the weather. And I said, let me ask you this question. If it's the weather, then why you and not me? And she just looked at me and I said, why you and not that person sitting over there? I said, why you and not somebody else in your family? So that's the other thing, is we want to blame so many things on the weather because then it takes the microscope off of ourselves. So the next time you say it's the weather, like, I get it if it'll affect you a little bit, but maybe then say, what can I do to control my body's response to the weather?
Yeah, it doesn't cause anything, but it can make some certain things
exactly
worse, but it doesn't cause anything.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So that's the thing. It's like, just if you, depending on your current state of health, you're going to be more sensitive to those barometric changes than somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah. And of course, for me, let's see, from the time I was 11 till the time I was 43, jumping off a roof dressed as the Grim Reaper with a sigh in hand, kind of took an impact on my knees and ankles.
Every time I
never felt, I felt fine. I knew I was landing with a cushion and everything and just doing it, and never really hurt ever when I jumped. But years later, it's like, okay, now I know why my knees are hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time I have a new patient, and I'll always say, so tell me about any accidents, injuries, blah, blah, and they'll be like, no, I've never been in an accident. And I go, okay, let me rephrase the question. How many times have you jumped out of trees and off of rooftops? And they're like, oh, well, I mean,
well, they do that every day.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's a boy. He's jumped out of trees a number of times.
Yeah.
And probably off a few roofs and stuff, just in front of it.
Right.
Yeah, you got to love that, Dr. Paula, because when people come in, like, you start somebody new, and that's like, I don't know. I have no idea what I did. No idea what I did. And all of a sudden, I'm in excruciating pain. Like, really? You just woke up this way? No, I rode off the garage. And then it happened. But I was fine for like an hour after that, but I don't think that caused it.
The ability to compartmentalize the things, right?
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Besides falling off the garage. I mean, I've done that before.
Right. I mean, that wouldn't have done anything. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's like 2 hours later, or like the next day, it started hurting me. So that was obviously not the problem.
Right.
Face palm.
Yeah. Kaylin,
this is like one of my favorite emojis.
Yeah.
My mom lost all the cartilage in her right knee and half her right kneecap when she slipped and fell in a rainstorm in front of Bank of America in La Crescenta, California. So I watched my mom without, with no cartilage in that knee, and half the kneecap was gone.
Wow.
And they had to reattach tendons and everything else to it and everything else. But she after she got the cast off after about 6 months, when she went bowling, it was amazing. She wound up with that leg straight. She actually bowled better after she got the cast off than she did before she was injured.
That's fantastic.
All right, Howie, have a good night. Yeah, there's a winter cold is just, and if you don't have emergency heat to help you out, you're going to be in a bad way. Now, I forgot about something totally altogether from when we were first talking. I got to pull something off the floor here. I got some, I have a generator out there provide power, but I also have a portable power station.
Ooh.
Wow. Kodiak. Yeah. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like a battery? No, that's not a battery backup. So does that run fully on battery, or does that run on electricity too?
Okay, so you can plug it in to charge it, or you can hook it up to another battery, or if I get my finger up here to it, you can plug in solar panels into it.
Oh, that's cool.
That's, I saw that on some kind of a YouTube survival thing where they had the solar panels out, and basically it ran their whole cabin at night, and then they would charge it during the day. That was That's great.
Yeah. Well, I also
took that up.
I took that to Kodiak is no longer made. It's made by Energy, and from Kodiak they went to an upgrade of Kodiak, and then they went to another upgrade that has stuff on it. But and since then the field has just exploded with higher tech ones coming out. Now they have a bunch of them out that you can Bluetooth your phone to it and control them and stuff. A friend of mine, the one who I bought this from, Ben Gilmore, runs Portable Power Solar up here in Idaho Falls. He was selling them at an emergency preparedness fair back in 2017, and so I paid $1,500 for it back then. But
watts is that?
Huh?
How many watts is that?
1,500 watt.
Yeah, I was going to say 1,500, right?
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty good deal.
Yeah. Well, Minuteman Prep is his YouTube channel, and he just put out another video today about different things and stuff. And the example is the newest, greatest one out on the market now, and he got to do some of the field beta testing on it. Is called the Apollo, and the Apollo has an amazing number of. Most of them limit how many expansion batteries you connect up to them, and usually it's 2, maybe 3, but mostly it's 1 or 2. The Apollo you can hook up. I think he was showing on his thing 9 expansion batteries to each one.
That thing's $5,000. Apollo 5K. That one, ultra fast portable solar power station, $49.95.
He has 2 of them with 8 expansion batteries.
Wow.
And he's taking his house off grid with it.
Wow.
His whole home, electric dryer, electric range, and he's able to take it off. He's taking it off grid.
Just on solar.
One of these?
Just on solar. No, he has 2 Apollos.
Okay.
And then with the 2 Apollos, he has it hooked up. So he has the connection thing, so he can do 240 volts out of it to run the like the dryers and the hot water heater and stuff. But he also has propane too, that he's changing some stuff over. But his video out today was just, like, dude, why don't you just give me some stuff?
That's awesome. Maybe you can get them to sponsor your channel, Gil.
Yeah.
That would be a goal. Do that.
Well, I mean, it's amazing when a couple of years ago, when I was first getting involved with YouTube of my Camp Patton Family Compound, he had 500 subscribers more than I did. Now, I think he's like 30,000.
Wow.
Subscribers.
What did he do to take off?
All he does, or mainly what he does, is he buys all the portable power stations and does reviews on them.
Oh, so that's
makes them and tries to make them fail, and then points out all the good and bad about them.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Well, you know, the other thing too, when it comes to cold,
he's at 45,000 now.
Who is it? What's his name?
Ben Gilmore, Minuteman Prep. And this is the video he just put out today. But yeah, he talks about the EcoFlow. He goes through all the different ones, and let's go here to this one here. And he's pulled, you know, he has the Apollo versus a freeze dryer. He ran the freeze dryer off the Apollos, and the Apollos will auto balance between the two, even though he's using 110 just off of one. And he does some rifle stuff too, but he goes to all the big shows and stuff and reviews everything. He reviews all the G powers. Cool. All the different ones he goes through, and he does question and answers and stuff and reviews everything.
So he's got 45,000 subscribers and he's not monetized. I wonder what the deal is there.
Yeah, you know what?
He is monetized. He is monetized.
It says this channel is not monetized.
Oh, not monetized? Oh, okay. Yeah. Because he's because he unmonetized when he was doing this. He said he specifically unmonetized this last video he did to not do it. So
this is showing from his actual homepage. So it's the whole page is not monetized.
Okay. So but I've seen ads on his thing. I wonder if
they deplatformed him.
No. Because all he does is just reviews.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
But he has all the. He actually had a couple of these older ones here. That 6 months ago, I gotta go back farther, but he had one of these ones that he was testing out, and it caught fire on him.
Oh my gosh!
Because and they sent it back to them and said, called them up, did things. Hey, this thing caught fire. Oh, send it back to us. We'll pay the shipping. Send it back. They sent a replacement to them. Guess what the replacement one did?
Blew up.
Caught fire.
Caught fire.
Wow.
Yeah. Because what he was doing is he was putting it to the max of what they said it could do, and it couldn't.
Wow. Interesting.
All right. Okay. That's the Titan the Titan was his favorite for years, and it was the first expandable, stackable one. And then all these other this year came out, or the last year and a half came out, and just totally blew the market away. The EcoFlow and some of the other ones were just amazing. But if you hey Aiden here, how's it going? Big Steve, and who else came in there?
That's all I saw.
Okay. One of the things that most people don't realize. Oh, Morning Light, how you doing? Oh, got to go. Okay, take care, Morning Light. One of the things when it comes to you, if you want to have one of these power stations, and I hate calling them solar generators because they're not a generator. They are a power station. They're a battery bank with a built-in inverter and charge controller. And one of the things everybody fails to realize that you can't run it at full tilt all the time. Just like you can't run a gasoline generator at full tilt all the time. The inverters, I say you have a 1500 watt inverter, you don't want to run more than 800 watts continuously through it. That's a 50. If it says 1500 watt continuous, 2000 watt surge, you don't want to run more than 800 watts through continuous, because at 1500 watts, it's that current going through there is heating all the components up, and sooner rather than later, it's going to get hot enough that a component's going to fail, and the whole thing's going to go poof and lose all its smoke. And so you've got to realize, oh, I got a 600 watt. Well, that's good for 300 watts.
Yeah, because you can hear it kick down when it gets over.
Yeah.
You know,
and
when
it's
it gets
like
overcharged.
My 1500 watter here actually has a decent inverter in it, but still I won't run that when more than 700 watts through it, because I want it to last a long time. Froze. The main thing I used that for years was Scout Camp. Was going to Scout Camp. I'd take it there. I'd plug my CPAP in it. Come the other adults run extension cords over, plug their CPAPs in it, and we had a 100 watt panel, and we'd charge it back up during the day. But,
I'd throw all y'all with a CPAP in one room, so I could have my peace and quiet sleep. Y'all go over there. There's a room for all of you over there.
I don't have one of my old ones. The mask I wear is not this type mask. It's the one that looks like it's a hazmat suit mask.
Oh my God.
Because the ones like this, when they were the material they used for it on my nose, it started reacting with the oils on my nose.
Wow.
And I had blisters all of a sudden. They got rid of it. They gave me with it. Do you have the
that was attractive
face one? Put it on, and it's like, because I've worn doing hazmat jobs, the full one. It's comfortable. There's no pressure just on the nose or anything else.
What happens when your wife wakes up in the middle of the night?
No.
I mean, like, what?
No, because generally what I do is she pulls the blankets up over her head to sleep, even before I got it. When we first married, I pull the blankets up over my head, and she doesn't see it. The only time I know I've ever disturbed her is the cold feet on the back. But that doesn't happen hardly ever. I mean, it's been years since she's done that.
Smack.
There's another bedroom down the hall. Can you wrap up your noisy stuff and down there. That's you down there.
Well, the thing is, mine's not that noisy because it's the full face.
I know you want to think it's not that noisy.
Has the bigger valve on it. She says it's so much quieter than the other ones they tried to give me.
And it's relative, you have to understand, like, I wake up if a squirrel walks down the street. So I'm, I wake up when the ice falls from the freeze, the ice in the ice maker.
You would hate our two houses. The one in California, you look out the front room window, and you can see the Santa Fe Burlington Railroad track about a half mile down the road. This one here, oh, there it is, eighth of a mile away. And then there's a crossing up a half mile up that way and a half mile that way, crossing here. And when they're doing stuff over here at Idaho Supreme potato processing plant, they're blowing the horn constantly as they back and train in, pulling thing out, and yeah.
Kaylin says, I was going to type this in, but Kaylin says earplugs. Here's the problem with snoring, is that it also creates vibration. So you could put the earplugs in, but then you feel it. And I remember this was an ex-boyfriend. We had gone up north to a wedding, and we, got the hotel rooms, whatever it was, the night before. And he was snoring so loud. And I should have known because when we lived together, he actually slept in a separate room on the other side of the house. He snored so loud. So we're in this hotel room, and it was so bad. And I put earplugs in, but the vibration, nothing was doing it. So I took the cushions from the couch and threw them under the sink in the bathroom and shut the door and put my earplugs in. It kind of worked, but then the next morning I was like, homeboy, you're going to get another room. Like, I'm not doing this again. So I made him go get his own room at that point. So no, earplugs don't help. Not when it's that bad.
Well, fortunately, my CPAP, while I'm wearing it, I'm not snoring. But I've had fun. I've actually taken my phone in there, and with my old phone, which had a recorder on it, and I kept it next to bed a couple times, and it's like, okay. I recorded her starting to snore. Hers is a quiet, cute snore.
That's funny. Yeah, I can't do the whole snoring thing. It's probably the one redeeming quality of my ex-boyfriend was he never snored. So I was like, oh, that was lovely. Probably the only man on the planet that didn't snore. But then there's other things, isn't there, Ron?
Well, one of the things I found out from most when I worked, all the guys complaining about the wives complaining about them snoring, we were all overweight. Sitting at a desk a lot of time, you tend to get Dunlap disease.
Right.
And so, like, when my wife and I got married, I weighed 150 pounds.
You were a rail. How tall are you?
5'10" and a half.
Wow, you are skinny.
And well, so is my dad. And that's the thing is, we were both built for riding broncs and bulls.
Oh my gosh!
But I never did it other than one time as a teenager. It's like, hey, that don't pay enough. No, forget that. But
they don't pay enough.
The most I weighed was about a year and back. So 2022 July, I got up to 218 pounds.
Wow.
I'm down to 190.
All right.
35 pounds more to go at least. But it's wintertime, and I really slow down during the wintertime for trying to lose weight.
Oh, it's always so hard. It's hibernation, right? Your body wants to hold on to that.
It's cold out. Time to store fat.
Yeah. Well, and the desire to move as much. It's literally like this just innate, like, let's just slow it down.
Yeah.
I bet you if you contacted Netflix, they would give you their graph of how many people binge watch stuff from like maybe November until March.
Oh gosh, I wonder. You could probably look it up.
I bet you it's like astronomical.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Because there's nothing else to do.
I've also noticed that Amazon releases a lot of their programs in the fall into the winter, and so like Invincible just had its first episode of the second season come out. The Boys is coming out here in December, the first episode of the fourth season, and they do it in the wintertime. And then they track to see, when and winter seems to be the ones for their action adventure ones. Reacher is coming out here in the wintertime as well.
Well, because you think about it, right? In the summer, everybody's doing stuff. Paula's gardening, doing her stuff. I do my stuff, and everybody else does their stuff outside.
Well, and do you guys remember the days when TV shows went from September to April?
Yes.
And you had to watch them week by week. You couldn't watch anything.
That was it.
Yeah. Yep. It was like, and then they had reruns in the summer because nobody watched TV in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, long gone are those days. Ah.
Yeah. Of course, now you can find all those TV shows either on Tubi or Roku, or Amazon's even bringing up some of the old TV shows.
Yeah.
They actually have my favorite TV show, Grimm.
Grimm. Never heard of that one.
Oh, you never heard of Grimm?
No.
The title alone sounds like something.
All right.
That would not
First
be
of all,
in my lane.
here we go here. It's a virtual background. So I got, where is it here? Where is it? It's this one here. Boom. All right. This is the trailer from Grimm, where all the supernatural information, the books for centuries of old books on werewolves, demons, monsters, and everything else is kept. It's called Grimm with 2 M's, like the Brothers Grimm.
Oh, got it.
And
okay.
the Grimms are the ones that can see the characters in their real state when they're agitated, where no one else can. G-R-I, Grimm, American drama series, images. So this is Grimm.
Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah, Nicholas, Detective Nicholas Burkhart, and Monroe. Monroe is the one in the back here. Let's see. There's Monroe down here. Monroe is the blue bod, which is what a wolf turns.
I've seen this. Yeah.
That's the repair. That's the appliance repairman turns into an ice beaver.
Isn't this like Brothers? There's like 2 brothers.
No.
Okay.
That's Supernatural. That's Supernatural.
Oh, Supernatural. Okay, that's it. Yep.
This is a hereditary thing. Basically, the Grimms. There's Trouble. Teresa Rubel, that everybody calls her Trouble. When they first discovered her, she didn't know she was a Grimm. She saw all these monsters and thought she was crazy. But actually, I got to pull something up here.
You know, the one that I like as a kid growing up, back in the 70s, was the Night Stalker with Darren McGavin.
Yes.
And it was like different series, like Jack the Ripper, a werewolf, a vampire. It was like really well done in 45 minutes.
All right. Here's I'm forgetting the name. She's turning into a Hexen beast, or quote, a witch. And let's see. Here's Monroe going to do a change, turning into the wolf. But yeah. A jackal. Yeah. And there's so many different ones. I mean, I've been watched that about 6 times, all seasons of it. I like it. Because hey, I like everything Halloween. And if this was
you remember the old Night Stalker?
We were doing a haunted house, we would have figured out some way to make somebody change in the haunted house.
Remember the old Night Stalker series, Paula, with Darren McGavin back from the 70s?
No, I don't.
No, I don't. You don't, do you?
No. I don't watch stuff like that. It's too creepy for me.
Dude, it was the 70s. Yeah.
No.
You had the special effects like they have now. It was like mostly.
I feel like the last scary thing I watched.
Shadow stuff.
What's that?
A lot of it. You know, for a Night Stalker, they did a lot of the Alfred Hitchcock shadow changing, so you didn't see anything. And it's like, what's going on? It's because they're not in your face with it. They're alluding to it.
Yeah, I didn't watch Alfred Hitchcock either.
But
my friends always love to binge the. They do a Halloween series at Halloween, right? So the Halloween movies and Last House on the Left, and I'm like, oh yeah. No.
All right, here's some ones you can go watch.
No.
The Abbott and Costello ones. Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein. Abbott and Costello meets the Invisible Man. Abbott and Costello meets the Mummy.
That's funny.
And what's so funny is the Abbott and Costello movies, they actually had Boris Karloff, Bela Lugosi.
Oh yeah.
They had the guys, the Wolfman, all of them doing, the actors that made those characters do it in the movies. Yeah. But yeah, that's what we do in the wintertime when it's cold out, my body's locking up. I sit there and I start binge watching. Of course, right now my grandsons have me binge watching something else.
Pepper says Abbott and Costello meet my mother-in-law and we're never seen again. Oh, that's good. Well, we're gonna drop the mic on that one.
Yeah. We should just end the show right now because nothing's gonna get better than that.
I know that. I think that was like best line of the night on that one.
Oh man, that's make my eyes water.
Yeah, CR, if I have nightmares, you will know why. But see, I don't watch stuff like that, so I don't have nightmares. It's so funny. I think that's
so hard, but it's really unfair. I had no problem with my ex-mother-in-law at all. So, but I still like
it's just your ex-wife you had a problem with.
yeah, totally with that. But the mother-in-law, I had no problem with.
All right, I'm gonna dime out my wife in a good way. Maybe my wife got along so much better with my mom than with her mom.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But right now my grandsons have me binge watching when they come over here and I'm watching them. They want to watch Dragon Ball, an anime show from 86 to 89. And it's, with the Dragon Balls, and you got Krillin, Goku, Bulma, Master Roshi, Yamcha, Quark, and a bunch of other characters and stuff. And I have the first 5 seasons on DVD because my boys liked it too. As an adult now, as an older adult now, I'm looking at it and go, how did they get this past the censors?
Hey, that's how I feel about Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny was not a children's television cartoon.
No, Bugs Bunny was totally different. This has some stuff. Goku as a little 11-year-old boy. He's been raised in the wild and stuff, and there he has no sense of space, private space between people and stuff and everything else. And his grandfather, his quote grandfather who raised him for most of his life, has been dead for a year or two. And he's been out there in the woods by himself. And he's going along. He catches a fish. Oh, I gotta pee, and he's standing there. And he's just peeing. Animated cartoon, and they're showing it. Japanese animated. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not detailed. All you see is a little line like this and a line like that, and it's But it's just but he's so totally innocent, and so totally. What? Are you a boy or a girl? Constantly.
Well, and as you say, he lived in the woods all by himself. I would always make light, I guess, of the shows that my daughter would watch growing up, because it seemed like all of the shows for young people, either the parents weren't part of the show, or if they were in the show, they were made fun of and made out to be like buffoons. And I'm like, oh, is this another TV show you're watching without parents? Like, I mean, it's subtle enough, but that's the way all of those shows are.
Yeah. The current one, my daughter is banning her number two son number one son doesn't care about watching it because he's got autism. Number two son loves Bluey, and I've never seen anything. I heard Megan complaining about Aiden's being a pill, blah 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 blah. Well, what's he's copying a TV show. What TV show? Bluey. And one time I was over there and they were watching it. I go, why are you letting them watch this? You need to turn that off. I don't care if it's on Disney. You turn it off. You ban that one.
What's the problem with it?
Basically he does misbehaves, and it's okay. You just got to there's stuff going on, and totally disrespecting any adults.
Yeah.
And doing just total bad behaviors, inappropriate behaviors. And it's funny. Hey, little lone prepper, how's it going? So yeah, that's one of the TV shows that it's been banned. They come over. Can we
really
watch?
Popular?
And I look at them and go, "Are you going to say Bluey?" And they go, "Oh nope, never mind." Yeah.
Yeah, they are really trying to disrespect the parents in these kids shows, movies, whatever it is, making it okay for them to be disrespectful.
The one that actually is just the opposite that the two youngest really like is Fix It Wombats, or no, Work It Out Wombats. Work It Out Wombats, and the parents are highly involved. And the adults are always helping them, and vice versa. And everybody's Ozzie and Harriet, or Leave It to Beaver. Uncle Al, you could be right on that one. Bluey is Marxist training. It's just totally disrespect.
Yeah.
But.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
From movies to TV to games. Yeah. But and thing is, during the winter time, where are the kids going to be spending most of their time?
Inside.
Not just inside.
In their rooms.
Glued to.
Mm-hmm.
So I just
we were outside all the time in the winter.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Ron?
I just got a text from my youngest daughter who's watching this. And she's saying, "Dad, tell them what's in your bug out bag."
Oh no. What's in your bug out bag, Ron? Tell us.
It's basically chocolate pretzels.
That's it? That's all you got?
Well, that's all that's left in there. But my bug out bag, if I had one, would be I'd have a tarp and a knife of some kind, sharp edge, serrated on top, duct tape for sure.
Hey, Dr. Jen.
Chocolate covered pretzels.
You need a good snack for sure.
Yeah, a lot.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that was so funny.
That's
this
hilarious.
is for your daughter. I'm watching you. Wait a minute. Let me get a better view of you. Now I can see you.
Yeah, now you can see. Dad, tell him what's in your bug out bag.
That's funny.
Chocolate covered pretzels. That's about it.
Now you're gonna make me want chocolate covered pretzels.
I know. Seriously. See, that's what happens.
Yeah.
The sweet and the salt. Yeah, there you
go.
And of course, I have totally corrupted my grandsons in one way. They like playing with my my rolling eyeballs here. Let me turn them around here. They are becoming totally addicted to Halloween. And someone goes, "Why are you so into Halloween?" I like poking fun at it. It's fun to poke fun at it, and it's fun to poke fun at the people freaking out about it.
Kaylin says, so I'm slacking because I don't have chocolate covered pretzels in my bug out bag.
I know, right?
You've given a whole new meaning to bug out bag with chocolate covered pretzels. I think, yeah. I think everybody's going to add that to the arsenal now.
All right, Steve at Corsair Trainers.
What could go wrong? It's like
right?
Food. It's like salt and sweet, and,
right?
Carbos.
Yes.
It's got everything in it.
Yes, it's the best, right?
All right, I want to see how many people
have some raisins in there or something like that, right? Or some granola. But I mean, honestly, if we were bugging out together, and some dude's over there, and he's got like granola with raisins and stuff like that, and I'm over here, and I've got like chocolate covered pretzels.
Oh, it's a no-brainer.
Who are you going to bug out with?
Yeah, it's
Not
a
even
no-brainer.
joking.
I'm going with chocolate covered pretzel guy.
All day long.
All day long, yes.
All right, side chat. Guys, what does Steve at Corsair Trainers has in his bug out bag? This is a joke. Let's see how many people remember the joke.
I don't know.
I don't think we were privy to that one.
Yeah, I think I missed that.
Yeah, at Corsair Trainers,
I'm totally into bug out bags. I would have remembered that.
Yeah, but he talks about couch potatoes and stuff like that, and all the snowflakes and stuff. But I'm waiting for CR, Kaylin, or Gear to fire that one up. All right, CR does it. There it is. Cheetos.
Hey, Pop-Tarts is a good guess, though, Kaylin. Yeah,
Pop-Tarts are,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
They're foil wrapped, 2 of them. Yeah.
Because
that would be a good bug out bag thing.
Oh, so good.
Here
we go. Because of Steve, this is what my one says.
No Cheeto eating zone.
No Cheeto eating zone. No couch camping. No Cheeto. The warning: you are entering a no fantasy, no fear porn, no Kool-Aid drinking, no couch camping, no Cheeto eating zone.
I'm glad the chocolate covered pretzels weren't in that.
Well,
watching it go across the screen, and I'm like, oh, that's a chocolate covered.
Steve is a he's not he doesn't want to be called a former Marine. He's a non-active duty Marine. Because once a Marine, always a Marine.
Right.
And just some of the stuff that he goes over on the Island of Misfit Toys, which is his Monday morning chat. And it's like, oh man, quit eating those Cheetos. Talks at the guys in the chat that are talking back to him. Like Aiden Ayers in here, Chipper 66, and some of the others here. And of course, CR and Kaylin shows up over there. Gear goes over there. Uncle Al goes over there. I go over there, and some of we get in some interesting conversations over there.
I kind of want some Pop-Tarts now. Strawberry Pop-Tart.
You do not. Do you know what one of the
strawberry ones are the best too?
They are. I know.
Second, maybe blueberry. Third,
no,
the third, like maybe the what is that one with the apple cinnamon?
Oh, apple cinnamons were okay for a minute.
The brown sugar cinnamon.
Brown sugar cinnamons were really good. Yeah, they were almost too sweet though. Even 30 years ago, they were. But I want a whole Pop-Tart that's like, okay, if I just crack the edge off, like that's the Pop-Tart that I want. I want the edge with just that little bit of the fruity Pop-Tarty part. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you like the frosted strawberry. So hang on a second here.
Yeah, I agree, Gear Garden. Strawberry is the only one. It's the only one. Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got in here. Ingredients: enriched flour, niacin, B1, blah, 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 blah.
Horrible.
Second ingredient, corn syrup. Third ingredient, high fructose corn syrup.
Share that label. Let's break it down.
dextrose, soybean and palm
soybean
oil,
and palm oil, ugh.
sugar, bleached wheat flour. It doesn't have the other one in here. It's got all this soy lactin, red number 40, yellow number 6, blue number 1.
All the food dyes.
Yeah, modified wheat starch. They're calling it modified wheat starch instead of maltodextrin.
Yeah, there you go.
But number 2 ingredient, corn syrup. Number 3, high fructose corn syrup.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I thought I had Pop-Tarts, but I don't.
Oh, I'd be so disappointed if you came back with an actual Pop-Tart.
Yeah. Well,
unless it was something you were saving in your bug out bag because it has like a 30-year shelf life.
Yeah. I used to eat Pop-Tarts all the time until I found out that it had high fructose corn syrup.
They took the Pop-Tarts. I think they ate the Pop-Tarts when they came here and visited.
Who?
My daughters.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting for a text from her right now to say, yeah, Dad, sorry.
All right. Let me drop that one down. Let's go for the cinnamon, brown sugar, cinnamon Pop-Tart ingredients. Where is it? They're throwing everything else in. Okay, here we go. Pop-Tarts. Is that one going to do it? No, that one's not going to do it. I got to find. There we go. There we go. Let's make this one big. Save images. Blah blah blah. Save. Make it big. There we go. All right. So what do we got here on this one? Let me make that a little bit bigger here. Wheat flour, niacin, reduced iron. Why are you putting reduced iron in it? B1, B2, sugar, not high fructose corn syrup as the up there. It's down lower. But sugar, soybean palm oil with TBHQ for freshness.
There you go.
Corn syrup, dextrose, high fructose corn syrup. So it's way down the list here on the brown. So the brown sugar cinnamon's a little bit healthier because the high fructose is farther down the list.
I rest my case.
And then goes through all the stuff. Cinnamon, less than 2% of molasses, salt, leavening, cinnamon, caramel color, soy lactate. Okay. No artificial colors in this like there is in the strawberry.
That's interesting. Yeah, is it? Please tell me that's blurry on the screen because I'm feeling like I'm like.
Yeah, I gotta make it a little bit bigger so I can actually see it. But yeah, there's a slight, Yeah,
okay. A little blur to it.
Yeah, just a slight fuzz to it. If I take my glasses off, I can't read it at all.
I know it's a little too blurry. I probably should just pull it up in my sidebar.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, you got the soybean and the palm oil.
Yeah.
And then your preservatives
which are bad for men.
Yeah.
Totally bad for men. And soy lactin, lectin is bad for men.
So soy lecithin, all the soy, the caramel color, wheat starch gelatin. Yeah. So they strip the flour of everything and then they enrich it by adding nutrients back in. It's such a sham. So they make it seem like it's, it's healthier than, a natural source, but they've already stripped it to shreds and then they just add stuff back into it.
But thing is, they got the enriched flour up above and then they got the bleached wheat flour down below.
That's awesome. Let me show you guys what I bought today.
Show and tell.
Yeah, for those that came in late, I got.
So my daughter wanted
2 of these delivered today. Mr. Heater Big Buddies today at Sam's Club. They're on sale.
So my daughter wanted chicken soup with dumplings today. And It was outstanding. It's just tons of vegetables with organic chicken. But I'm like, I have a hard time with regular flour. So I found this. So this is einkorn. What? I need to, I
was laughing at Prepper 101. Listen, Harry Hamlin. Yeah.
Grab your Kleenex.
When I get overstimulated, I say, yeah, it's all totally Harry Hamlin.
So this is einkorn, but it's non-hybridized. So wheat flour has been hybridized, which is why it's so evil for all of us. So this is actually, einkorn is an ancient grain. And this is an all-purpose flour, but it's not bleached. It's not hybridized. So it's from its original form, its original genetic makeup, low gluten, unbleached and unbromated. Wheat as nature intended. This thing, it's 2.2 pounds. It was like $6. So yeah, it ain't cheap, but I feel way better about using this kind of a flour that's not going to have the digestive upset that a traditional flour would have. So yeah, einkorn is awesome. Idaho.
Now, you want me to fire a shot across that bow?
Sure.
About unbleached?
Yeah.
The Egyptians sun bleached their flour and broke the bran off.
Mm-hmm.
So, white flour is not a new modern thing, but the way they make it nowadays is nasty.
Yeah.
It's like, chemicals and everything else and crap and stuff. But the Egyptians, the Byzantines, everybody, they sun bleached their flour and got the holes off of it to because they realized that the husks and stuff on it isn't good for you.
Yeah. Well, now they legit just bleach it. They just use, let's just use chemicals. Actual bleach. Yeah. So CR, they use they put, I think it's potassium bromate, and they add it it helps with like the elasticity. So again, it's just an added chemical. So that's a flour that's in its actual natural, like it's the grain, it came from the grain, it's been ground and it's been put in there and it hasn't been run through any chemical processes. I might need to make some crepes tomorrow. I'm feeling crepey. Yes, I have heard of teff, but I don't know that I've had it. How is it? Is it yummy? I have another flour called Himalayan Tartary buckwheat. And that is also a gluten-free flour, super high in protein, no chemicals, comes from Japan. And it's okay. It's a little bitter. So I have to figure out what else I can do with it. Mm-hmm. There you go.
So Bob's Red Mill carries it. Nuts.com carries it. Whatever this company is
that Amazon. A flour or a grain? I can't tell. Teff.
Well,
Kaylin says it's a grain used to make flour for Nigera. What's Nigera? Is it a bread? Or like a crepe or a cracker?
Not sure.
I don't know either. But I think a teff is gluten-free too, isn't it?
Yep, that's what it says. Everything here is saying gluten-free.
Okay. Yeah, that einkorn flour, it was delicious. Yeah, so my daughter made the dumplings out of it. She's just like mixing away. She's just mixing the water and the flour. And I'm like, you got to put baking soda in there. And then she takes the baking soda and throws it in the already mixed concoction. I'm like, honey, like you have to mix the baking soda with the flour so it has a cohesive name. I don't like using recipes. She doesn't. That's the way her voice sounds in my head,
So it looks like it's a spongy crepe. So,
I mean, if you heard her talk, that's probably not what it sounds like. But it's kind of what it sounds like to me.
I'm tapping out. Okay. Oh God, that's so funny.
I didn't do it myself. Okay.
If anybody has any daughters, you know that's exactly what they sound like.
They totally all sound like that. Yeah.
And I know my daughter's watching this right now. So,
hi, Annie.
yeah.
I mean, hi, Annie. We have to speak the language, Ron.
Right. Oh, my eyes are watering. That is so funny. Oh, here's the text. I'm not even going to answer it right now.
That's so funny. Well, and she made the dumplings and she put them in the soup. And it was more like, so when I want dumplings, I like the big fluffy dumplings on the top of the soup. But, you know, she came in, I was getting ready to do it. First of all, I made the soup. And then she shows up at like 5 and she's like, you made it? And I'm like, yeah, if I waited for you, I wouldn't have dinner. And then she's like, oh, okay. So then she comes in and she starts like adding spices and stuff to it. I can't help it. That's what it sounds like to me. So she's making, so then she keeps like pouring the, you know, she's doing the flour and the water. And I'm like, oh my God. And I go, honey, that's really expensive flour and you're going to completely F it up. And they're going to be like rocks in the soup. They weren't rocks in the soup. It turned out they were like thick, almost like gnocchi, but they weren't the big fluffy dumplings that I liked, but it was still good. It was outstanding. So. Sorry, did I go off on a tangent?
No, fine. I'm just checking some things here. Got some other things.
We're filling space with comedy.
I'm going to have to answer this call. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay. I know, Big Steve, I have to tap out soon. It is just about past my bedtime.
Okay. Well, we got a bunch of people in here just to let them know. Monday, I've changed up the schedule for Monday. It starts on Camp Family Compound. It starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. This Monday, I'm doing live canning. I'm going to experiment and do my first time canning in the pressure canner. And so I've got stuff already set, everything set up.
What are you canning?
I'm canning a dish that is I'm one of my experimental dishes that turned out really good. So I'm going to can a bunch of it because some of the grandkids even like it. I take, I took it in already. I got a big number 10 can of baked beans. I got 5 pounds of browned hamburger, already browned and cooked and ready to go. I'm going to combining those together, heating it up, adding some Ray's sugar-free barbecue sauce to it.
Is there stevia in there? They added something. It can't say sugar-free without them adding something. I promise.
When I looked at it, it's like there's all this is spices and stuff, and the spices just give it its flavor. Yet barbecue sauce does not need to have sugar added to it.
What's the name of it?
Ray's, not sweet Ray's, not sweet Ray's.
Sugar-free barbecue sauce. Okay.
I'm not sure what they have. What it has. The original.
Is it no Ray's, no sugar added?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see.
The original. Hey Barry, how's it going? All right, what did CR do there?
Nutrition facts. Oh, it's sweetened with allulose and here I got some bad news for you. Okay, allulose is it's a non-nutritive sweetener. It's not horrible, but it also has sucralose in it, which is Splenda. And Splenda destroys your thyroid. So this also has potassium sorbate, sodium benzoate, xanthan gum, and I would not feed that to your children.
The Sweet Rays, high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, none of them are good, right? So just put your own
give me
spices
1
in.
second. Let me go grab something else here. Something else.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, when you're looking at things from a jar like this and you want to season things, look at the ingredients and what's your intention behind what you want to season. So if you want it to be a little sweet, then add a little maple syrup. Get some smoked paprika, maybe some cumin, use your own spices, but don't buy this stuff. It's not worth the money. And they have to add the sodium benzoate, the potassium sorbate. Those are all carcinogenic preservatives. They're horrible.
Okay. Kinder's.
Okay.
Does not have the artificial stuff in. What it does have, though, it does have brown sugar and molasses. The molasses is part of the Worcestershire sauce.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking it up.
You got garlic, onion.
Which one are you looking at?
I'm looking at the Kinder's mild barbecue. One of their original sauces they had from back when John was alive.
Okay, tomato puree, brown sugar, vinegar, natural smoke
flavor,
salt, cornstarch, Worcestershire, onion powder. Yeah, it's got some xanthan gum in it, but it's not the word. It's way better than that other garbage. I would not. Okay. I would throw that other stuff away. That's what I would do.
Okay. The other one here, which is the teriyaki.
Kinder's teriyaki. Okay, let me go there.
Water, sugar, soy sauce, and then water, and that says water, soybeans, salt, wheat, vinegar, salt, cornstarch, garlic, ginger, sesame seeds, caramel color, xanthan gum. Oh, wait a minute. Cultured maltodextrin. Okay. This has been sitting on the shelf for a long time. So, yeah.
Is it the organic teriyaki marinade or no? Which one?
Yeah.
Let's see.
So, the teriyaki marinade and sauce.
Yeah. Water, sugar, soy, vinegar, salt, cornstarch, garlic, ginger, sesame seeds. Yeah. Cultured maltodextrin.
Yeah.
Xanthan gum.
All right,
so it's got food sensitivities or allergies to the xanthan gum too.
Yeah.
I'm going to look up their no sugar added and see what they're adding to that one. 0 sugar barbecue sauce.
I'm going to have to get my friend down there, Steve, to make me up his barbecue sauce. He makes his own barbecue sauce and he enters it into King of the County Barbecue contest. And so it's, he uses no sweeteners other than the herbs, the spices, and everything else in it.
I don't mind molasses or maple syrup, but when you start adding just straight up sugar like this no sugar added barbecue sauce has the allulose in it, artificial sweetener, and then the Lohan fruit, which is monk fruit. Mm-hmm. And again, both of those are from natural sources, but they still, I still get a weird mouth feel, and I'm like, ugh, I don't. Yeah. Just put the natural stuff in there because you're gonna want to go back for more. Like if you put a little bit of molasses, a little bit of maple syrup, that's gonna knock it out of the park. And otherwise, you're gonna be like messing around with the artificial sweeteners trying to find
or a little bit of honey.
Honey,
local. Yeah. Locally grown, done honey.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. There's. I'm gonna have to talk to Steve the next time I'm in California. See if I can get get them and make me up a batch. See if I can get them to go commercial and tell them, no, we're not putting all that other crap in it.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know what Steph say. Steph says, ever since I was a kid, all kind of fruity flavors make you sick. All I do is to get the taste in my mouth, and it takes chemical metallic. Oh, yeah.
That's how I am with even like stevia and the monk fruit, the allulose. Like it still leaves that weird. It's like somebody put a sweater on my tongue. It's like so gross.
All right. So instead of the barbecue sauce, what can can I do in there? Do a little bit of honey added to it, and the garlic powder, the onion powder.
So that's where I'm like, just
peppers.
Make your own. Just throw it into a, get some tomato paste and molasses and some honey and throw all those spices in there.
I was only going to put since I'm doing such a big, huge batch, because normally I on the Rays I put a tablespoon in, maybe 2, for the big can of beans and a pound of hamburger. But
I think you should experiment. Just make it work without the because now what's going to happen is you're gonna can that. If you use that barbecue sauce, you're gonna can it, and then you're gonna be like I always get that whole it's kind of like my salsa that smells like a hose that I have to throw away. I'm like, oh, could I eat it? Could I give it away? Maybe people won't know. And I'm like, no, I know. I can't do it.
Your salsa is like crack.
I know.
Not
dude,
even joking.
Listen, if I should save a jar just for you to, it's inedible. It's completely inedible because it tastes like hose. It's so bad.
Like, why?
So apparently my hose was so old that I never recognized that when I would blanch the tomatoes and I'd fill a bucket outside. So I'd take the hot basket of tomatoes from the cooktop and I'd plunge them into the cold water outside in a bucket that was filled with cold water from the garden hose. Just never thought. It's how I've done it for years. Well, I got a new hose this past summer and it has.
Well, the salsa you gave me in September was fantastic.
That was from last year.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. You got the crack salsa from last year.
Yeah. I was just like drinking out of it.
Yeah. No, it's so bad. It's horrible. It's inedible. It's sadly inedible. It's 26 jars of yumminess going right down the drain. Literally.
This is kind of funny too, because I don't know, 20 years ago, I made some beer. I got a beer making kit for my birthday, so I made some beer. And it's when I lived in Lake Orion, and we were on a well. We had a super heavy duty water softener because there was so much iron in the water, and so I made this beer out of the tap, and I think it's good. It's an IPA. This is fantastic. Bottled it. Everything, and when it was ready to go, I opened it up and took one drink, and it was like licking a rusty I-beam. I was so disappointed.
Right? Oh my God.
I should have used distilled water; it would have been fine. But
yeah, and you have how many jars did you have?
I had like 2 cases of beer.
Yeah. Just right.
Throw it away.
Yeah. Oh, so sad. So sad.
Wave the magic finger.
Right.
Boom, gone. I was so disappointed.
So sad. All right, it's 10:01. I'm turning into a pumpkin.
All right, so Monday I'm going to be doing the canning. I got to come up with something else to give it a barbecue flavor on it. Huh?
That's exciting. Let me help you with your barbecue sauce. I don't want you using that stuff. I don't want you feeding it to your grandkids.
Let's see.
Save the children.
Yeah. Tuesday back here is we're going to be talking about making living plans. And what that is, any plan you make should be a living plan, not a dead plan. A dead plan is where you carve it in stone and it cannot change. A living plan adapts, grows to new information, changing times, changing situations. So we're going to talk about making living plans on Tactical Tuesday. Friday, back on Camp Patton Family Compound, is Black Friday Survival. How did you survive Black Friday? And what
that implies you actually have to go out and involve yourself in Black Friday.
Yeah. I'm out.
I survived it on Amazon.
Yeah.
And of course, next Saturday we'll be back here, and the start off topic is Dark Winter. Are you prepared?
I'm about 50% on that. I don't know if I'm invited back for next Saturday, but
yeah,
we have the we do our annual getting of our Christmas tree, decorating. My daughter and I will do a big charcuterie tray, and we have little snacks and play Christmas music. We decorate the tree, but we will be in West Virginia till Friday.
Where in West Virginia?
So what's that?
Where in West Virginia?
Charleston.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
so
spent
my
6
house
months
sitter
in
will be
Buchanan.
here. Oh yeah, it's so beautiful down there. So anyway, but we'll be home early Friday, but I'm not sure if we'll do the tree on Friday or Saturday. So all depends on what time we get home. Anywho, that's my thing.
Yeah. And I have a feeling now that you mentioned that I know Jack said he was thinking of was trying to make it in here for a couple of these. So
yeah,
when he's gonna make it in here.
I think we'll get past the holidays and go from there. Yeah, that'd be great to get him on here.
Storms. Barry's saying, nah, Kentucky's prettier.
Well, if I had family there, I'd probably go, but it would be a little weird if I said I'm going to Kentucky to be with no one on Thanksgiving. Thanks, CR. Have a great night.
Yeah. Okay. Just to bring everybody up on what's been going on with YouTube. On Camp Patton Family Compound, it was doing great, going great. All of a sudden, the subscribers dropped.
Yeah.
When I got to the point, and I walked. The analytics says you're gaining. I go, no, I'm losing. All of a sudden, it dropped down to a minus, and then it came back up after it went to a minus for a couple of days. It came back up, and I actually passed the 4,900 mark.
Nice.
Actually passed the 44. I'm at 4,910. So I don't know. Maybe I got past their little purge, whatever, and I might be able to make 5,000. Have the big giveaway before Christmas.
Right.
Well, I went to 879 as of today. So last week when we were on, I think it was at 877 or 878. Mm-hmm. And then I dropped to 871. I got a bunch of new subscribers, but the numbers went down, oddly enough. Mm-hmm. And now I'm at 879. So I'm like,
yeah, what YouTube's doing, they're kicking people out. And they're saying, oh, this person can't be growing this fast. These have got to be fake. And they start kicking people out. And I know I was surprised she wasn't in here tonight. I think she got kicked again. Chris Leong. Chris Leong, Leon. Mm-hmm. And she got kicked out once before and she resubbed. And so she may have gotten kicked out again from Gray Man. They're not kicking her out of Camp Patton because she's a channel member. So
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to send something to Dr. Erica on Instagram and we were no longer connected on Instagram. I was like, what? So Instagram
is breaking people up.
Yeah. Like, It makes no sense to me.
Well, there's some I don't call it conspiracy theories. There are some. What's the word I want? What do I want to call it?
There's a mystery of what.
Spoiler alert conspiracies that they're trying to divide groups up, break groups down. That
I did hear that they wanted creators to reveal if they were using AI. Now, I use vidIQ just to help me with my keywords for my back end stuff. But I mean, all my videos are, this is me. This is not an AI of me, like Max Headroom kind of a thing. Yeah. So I don't know. I thought maybe it was that because it coincided with when they announced that they wanted to know if you used AI. So then I'm like, well, do they know if the information or the keywords that I'm coming up with, I'm getting through an AI program, or I don't know. No idea.
Oh no, I'm fading.
Shenanigans, Caitlin.
My AI is going away. I'm going to the other world. Oh no, I'm going.
It's the ghost of Gray Man Past.
Dude, that's actually pretty awesome, man.
That is really good.
The way I'm doing that with the green screen, Paula.
Yeah.
If you click on down below where it says settings, and then you click on virtual background, and you see where it says fade.
Oh.
You just start sliding that back and forth. You go one way. You go one way, and it takes out the green screen. You go the other way, and you start dissolving and going ghost-like.
Do it, Paula.
I'm trying. Oh, look, it's just my lips now.
It's just your mouth, yeah.
The one thing I did find out is that the farther you are away from...
Oh, there, I got it. I got it, too. Oh, that's the D.
Haunting, man.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
The farther you are away from the green screen, the better it works.
Oh, wait. There, I'm up against the green screen now. Okay.
Yeah. But,
dude, don't do that. That's like zombie stuff.
Oh, my God. That's creepy, isn't it?
It really is.
Oh,
let's see. There we go. That's funny.
yeah. I was reviewing one of my old videos where I've got two computers. I had them both linked in, so I had two of me up there when I was back doing the evil twin thing, and I had that one turned into the faded one.
Oh my gosh!
So it was what's going on? What's going on?
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Or before I go, I just want to remind everybody, tomorrow I will be on Garden State Gardener with Joe, and we are interviewing Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn. Again, to remind everybody, if you do not know who this man is, what's that? Huge. Like, he is world renowned. He's huge. So he wrote Forks Over Knives. Anybody out there heard of the Cleveland Clinic? Anybody know what the Cleveland Clinic is?
Oh, yeah.
He kind of started the Cleveland Clinic. Yeah. Just saying, like, this man, like, this is going to be huge. Yeah. So make sure you tune in tomorrow.
When you told me I'm like, no way. Like, how did that happen?
Are you still going to do your hour beforehand?
Yes. Yeah, I'll do my hour before. Yep. So I'll be on my channel, Dr. Paula Ruffin, 6 to probably 7:50, and then I'll jump on with Garden State. So, Ron, he said, all he did was reach out on LinkedIn to get. I was like, what?
No.
That's
no way.
Insane. It's insane.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's like doing an interview with Albert Einstein.
Right. I know.
Field, right.
For real.
The physics.
So crazy. So it's going to be great. So you guys, make sure you're jumping in there on that. So,
and then you also have Monday Reset.
And then
Monday.
I'm doing Reset Monday morning. And that's about 9:30 to 9:40. It just depends on what time I get to the office. And then Erica might jump on with me tomorrow. We're trying to, we were going to do a pre-recorded episode of Chiropractic is Sexy for next Thursday.
Mhm.
But we want to do a gratitude episode because of Thanksgiving. And we just kind of were thinking if we do a pre-recorded one, we can't like jive with you guys. And I feel like a live gratitude talk would be way better with you guys jumping in and out of the chat and asking questions and engaging. And I just feel like that would be the more inspiring and impactful way to have that conversation. Right. So so she might jump in tomorrow. I got to double check. If not, we might put the gratitude Chiropractic is Sexy off for another week so that we can be live with you guys and really, be super connected. So yeah, so that's what we got going on. All the good things.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And Ron, are you ever going to make videos?
Huge. Say again?
Are you ever going to make videos?
Yeah, I'm a nobody. Nobody cares what I have to say.
All right, Ron, there's a channel. You need to go take a look at this guy.
Joking.
There's this guy you need to go take a look at. It's called Gardening with Leon.
Gardening with Leon. I got to look at
Gardening
that.
with Leon. And this guy has grown. And let's see if I can bring it up here, show you guys real quick here.
Got 136,000 subscribers. Well, listen, yeah, Ron did say
most of those have come in the last 2 years.
Yeah. And Ron did say that this is like breathing life into him. He's getting kind of bit by the bug here.
Yeah, I really like this, but honestly, as a color guy, I'm all over it. Like to be like the sidekick, I'm there. I don't know if I want to do it myself though, because I really have nothing interesting to say.
Yeah.
So
one of the things that Gardening Leon
really
got going. Yeah. Two things got him going. One, he has a company that builds high tunnels, greenhouse. They're like greenhouses.
Yeah.
But it's just a high tunnel and opens up on both ends and stuff like that. And he he was doing a lot of videos on the self-licking tubs, watering tubs. And just lost his name. Daniel of Arms Family Homestead bought his high tunnel from Leon and a couple of years ago. And that's when, he's gone down several times to see him and stuff and does videos with him. And where's
he at?
Oklahoma. Down in Oklahoma somewhere.
Okay.
But
well, that's great.
So, all right, we're gonna let everybody go here. Thank you guys for coming in.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
And
okay, thanks everybody. Okay. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you somewhere along the way, though. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Tomorrow night for sure.
See you guys. Bye.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay.